I just purchased the Maserati MC20 Cielo in Grigio Mysterio over red and black full Alcantara sports seats. I'm Anthony from Supercar Throttle. This sucker gets a 0 to 60 under 3 seconds, a top speed at 199 miles per hour. Now the V6, you're getting 621 horsepower with 538 pound-feet of torque, which is 10 horsepower less than the GT2 Stradale, but that's double the price of this, which doesn't make sense when you're only getting maybe a few tenths of a second quicker 0 to 60. A top speed does go over 200 miles per hour, but how many freaking roads are you gonna go 200 miles per hour? I plan on taking this on the track, so you're gonna see more reviews about that. Full LED headlights, daytime runnings. This has the lifter, which is standard. It gives you about a 2-inch clearance, but only going up to 40 miles per hour, and then it goes back to the low ground clearance that it's at, which it could be a daily driver. I have some shorts on here. Check them out. It does have a frunk. Underneath the front gets 2.1 cubic feet of storage, which is absolutely nothing. I just leave the trickle charger in here, but it's more like a joke because you can't even fit a damn book. Now the engine is very sophisticated because it has 12 spark plugs instead of 6. And that's because one plug is in the pre-combustion chamber and then the other is in the traditional combustion chamber. This helps with the combustion in low load scenarios. The result is the explosion spreading throughout traditional chamber, creating a faster fuel burn. This helps with emissions and better MPGs. You're getting 15 for the city, 25 for the highway, rear-wheel drive configuration, which is a con to me because when I was shopping for supercars, I looked at Lamborghini. You're gonna have all-wheel drive configuration in the Porsche GT3, but it's about the same 0 to 60, and the top speed here is a little bit faster than the GT3, and the weight of this engine is at 485 pounds, whereas the GT3 can go around 500 pounds just for the engine weight. Now, putting some content to that, the engines for a V8 is typically about 600 to 900 pounds. So just think what the savings here with the curb weight, just over 3,300 pounds. Now the Cielo weighs about 150 pounds more than the coupe, but you want to kind of go to the Cielo because you have the open air experience. It does this in under 12 seconds. Plus, it's a glass roof, which has a matte finish where you push the Cielo button and it opens it up so you can see the sky in less than 1 second. 20-inch wheels, these are the Corsa wheels, staggered wheel setup, a 6-piston in the front, a 4-piston out back, red brake calipers. Unfortunately, it's a freaking upgrade. Now, you don't get anything really standard with this. That's the thing that sucks about optioning these supercars, because any way you tick the box, every single thing you put on here, you have to add, which basically pushes this well over 300 grand instead of the $270-ish thousand that the MSRP will suggest. And the engine is a 90-degree V6 with a dry sump, twin spark, and pre-combustion ignition system with the twin turbo fuel injection. This is inspired by F1, and the engine is connected with the Ferrari F154 engine, the Alfa Romeo 690T. The firing is going to spread from a 163 to a 425, which is identical to the F154 based V6 engine, the Alfa Romeo Giulia in Stelvia. But what changes the whole configuration is the compression ratio at 11.1, which is making it a new derived engine from Maserati. 81% of this vehicle is built in Modena, right next to the Ferraris. So now when we're putting Ferrari into content, 0 to 60, I mean, a few tenths of a second isn't gonna break the game. And when you're talking to top speed, yeah, you're gonna go a little bit faster, but you could buy 2 of these. So then you could definitely use this as a daily driver because you could use one day and the other the next day. Now they do have an MC Extrema, which only had 62 units. That has 730 horsepower and it was only for 2023. But if I'm gonna spend that extra dough, I might as well do upgrades to this to get that same performance, because you know you can get it and it can handle it. And new this year is the MC20 Stradale. The Cielo has been around since 2022 and the coupe was the first edition. Carbon fiber for the spoiler, that's an upgrade. Full LED taillights, we blacked them out, as well as the reflectors. The lower gets the blacked out tips. That's a $1,000 upgrade, which is stupid. And that's what I mean by you gotta pay every damn thing for these supercars. I don't understand that. The diffuser, we have the full PPF. Just to do the PPF on the diffuser is $2,000. I mean, come on, what the hell? Maserati badging covering the mid-engine because this is the Cielo. Now, one thing that saddens me is the coupe, you can see the engine. The Cielo, you cannot. I guess you gotta take the good for the bad because you have the open sky experience all the time and it's still a hardtop convertible, Or you go into the coupe and you're gonna lose some value because it's not gonna be as expensive as this. Power trunk lid going into 3.5 cubic feet, which is enough for a weekend. That's pretty much all I would say, or maybe my gear. You'll see the carbon fiber exposed. But this is a F1 technology. We need to go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. Key fob to the MC20 Cielo. Butterfly doors, carbon fiber that's exposed, mixed with the aluminum subframe, carbon fiber for the MC20 badging, two-way power seat adjustment. The rest is manual because these are sport bucket front seats, full Alcantara with the Trident badging in red on black. You're gonna have a delete for the heated seats. Flat bottom, sport steering wheel. You get the Alcantara, you get the carbon fiber that's exposed with your launch control. It's multi-function, large paddle shifts. You get the carbon fiber. This has the interior carbon fiber package, which gives you this and this, the steering wheel, the paddle shifts. You obviously have sport pedals. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto wirelessly, Sirius XM, AM, FM streaming, Bluetooth audio. And when you go into your vehicle, here is something cool. When you hit Cielo, you can see, and now it's matte. And click into Spider, and this will put down the top. The top takes about 12 seconds, and to do the Cielo takes about 1 second. MC20 badging with the Italian flag, full leather wrap with the contrast stitch and the Alcantara, and it carries on into the door card, except this exposed plastic, which is definitely a con to me. And another con is there's only one cup holder. There isn't any storage really at all. That's all the storage that you're gonna have in this car. With the wireless charging pad standard, do you have wet, which is going to be rainy conditions, GT mode, sport mode, and when you hold it, it's going to go into Corsa, which will also change the gauge cluster. GT or sport mode will change it this way. This is GT, and this is wet mode. And you can also go through an array of different content for the driver, including the navigation. As soon as it goes on, it takes a few seconds, and then it'll still show you the pressure for your brake and gas. It'll have the trip, and it'll also show you the compass, which typically I leave it here like this, so that way I can see everything. It's plenty of leg space for the front occupants. You sit quite comfortably. Digital rear view mirror, auto dimming rear view mirror with the home link. You get the universal remote right here, and headspace. Check this out, look. This is why a Cielo is awesome, because it's a convertible with a lot of space. Butterfly doors, don't expect any storage, but you get the Alcantara here with the push to get out. 621 horsepower, 538 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 under 3 seconds. I believe it. Rear-wheel drive configuration. Does it grip? It does. Exhaust note still filters in. Now we have 6 pistons in the front, 4 in the rear. Thought there was a car coming. He decided to not use the signal. So that unfortunately messed that little roundabout there, but we're gonna slow down here so that way you can see the full performance out of this MC20 Cielo. Gonna give them a little distance because we're going to catch up to them pretty quick. It is a Honda at the end of the day. The damn thing just decided to take off. It was like, you know what? I want to go faster. Grip, grip, grip. That's what she's doing. Turn this indicator on. Let's look at the exit. Oh my God. It's too fast for its good. Oh my God. Now you can option carbon ceramic brakes, but honestly, I don't think you need them because I'm only using about 30% pressure. Just shows you what you're getting as a total package in value. Now this supercar is low to the ground. The Nettuno engine also sits lower. The seats itself is comfortable, so it can be a daily driver. Whereas when you start going into the supercar world, like an Aventador, GT3, R8 performance, even going into a 750 or a 296. That's why this is kind of the sweet spot in the supercar world, because when you're putting that in content, SF90 is about 600 grand. This you could get under $300,000 if you don't go featured up. In Aventador, it's the same thing. In the Porsche GT3, most of the time you're gonna pay about $25,000 to $50,000 more just to get that vehicle with a 0 to 60 around 3 seconds. This is gonna be a little bit quicker, and the same quarter mile is about 10.9 to 10.8 seconds. And putting the SF90 into content, it's maybe a few tenths of a second quicker than the Cielo. Come on, I'll get 2 Cielos any day and have a daily use for both of them and save miles and save on service and still be able to take this to the track and have the same fun. Plus, this is a convertible, so it's the best of both worlds. A little bit of tire spinach, it's gonna happen. It's a little wet outside. Rear wheel drive configuration. Now, some cons, I'm not so enthusiastic about the exhaust note. It kind of sounds like an F-150 truck. It doesn't offer any all-wheel drive configuration. There's absolutely no storage. There isn't anything outside or inside the cabin. I like the Alcantara everywhere, but if you're using it as a daily, I mean, it's gonna start stinking in the interior, especially if you sweat. There's absolutely no heated seats when you get the sport package, and you only get 2-way power seat adjustment. You have to do it manually, which obviously you're saving some weight, but when I'm going Cielo, I'm adding about 150 pounds, so I don't really care in that perspective. You can option the carbon ceramic brakes, which is around 10 grand, and for supercar money, that's actually not that bad. If you do it afterwards, it might be about 15 grand. I didn't option that myself because stoppage on this, doing the performance that I did, and we hit some high numbers, it only took 31% stoppage. So it's not really needed. Yeah, if you go on the track, maybe, depending on how many laps you do or how many hours you're there. But for the most part, I think you're gonna have plenty of room for stoppage. It's only gonna really give you a little bit more, but the main thing is it's gonna cool quicker than these brakes that's standard. Mid-engine, so you're gonna feel a lot of the power, the torque, and for the most part, it's quiet in the cabin, which usually when you get these supercars, obviously you're gonna hear the engine, but it also helps out with the sound deadening because you really don't hear hardly any road noise with the sound system off. Visibility is good, the lifter does help, you don't have any clearance, so be careful if you do daily this vehicle. And with these upgraded wheels, staggered wheel setup, it is really ready for the track, but this can be a sufficient drive from point A to point B. It's definitely a fun vehicle, a wow factor. Everywhere you go, you're gonna look like a celebrity, and that is the case if you're going into Lamborghini. Sometimes with the Porsche GT3, it also depends because you gotta get those really funky colors, and you're gonna be spending more than $350,000 in order to get it to look as cool as something like this without having to spend as much, but you can still a la carte the vehicle to make it look more athletic on the exterior, going into the GT2 Stradale, or adding the carbon fiber package, which is a con to me because it's over 50 grand, and at that price, I mean, you might as well tack on all the features in the interior of the vehicle, deck it out, because what the hell are you gonna do with carbon fiber on the exterior? Yeah, it's gonna make it lighter. Come on. Even the colors, you can spend up to $20,000, $30,000 on different colors. This color alone is over $6,000. So you don't really even get a free color, and that's the same thing when you're going into Lamborghini, Porsche, Ferrari. Come on, give me something. Especially when I'm already over $250,000 for a vehicle. And for maneuverability, you got 621 horsepower. Who the hell needs maneuverability when you got that much freaking power and that much torque? Yeah, it's rear wheel drive, so don't go crazy, but you can move. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check this next video out right here.